This is Shaka. Yes? Aloha. This is Ezriyah. Saying hi, inviting some of those of you who have been in town for a long time, and those of you who are new to Tulum and to this group, warm welcome, first of all. Warm welcome to this day. We have events, a lot of things that go down in Tulum, as you'll see in this space. I wanted to share about Mantorship, which is a men's group, Harmonizing Duality, which is a men and women's collaboration, which is like a men's circle, women's circle, the Manbodiment movement, which I've also been a part of, and the founder from at least 4 years plus now in Tulum, and then the board meetings. The board meetings that I hold are actually meetings where we go out into the ocean with surfboards. It's a surf intro gathering, but it's still wrapped around relationship, okay? Conscious, and I would love to go so far as to say aware and awakening relationship. And so this is where all of these gatherings take place. You may have experienced the magic, the power, the wonder, the craziness, the vortex of Tulum. For those of you who are new to this space, it's always good to come, get settled, to look around before you proceed, and to also, as you're beginning to navigate in the space of whatever medicine Tulum has to offer for you, and there are many, to also feel into yourself and to have a plan of what you're looking to do, what would you like to receive, what would you like to give to this space, and then how will you proceed afterwards. So this is a tidbit that I'm sharing with you. And then also the schedule. Today, we're at Wednesday. So tonight, this evening, we'll be gathering in La Valletta, closer to Holistica, not at Holistica, but within that area, at a home location for the Mantorship Men's Circle. This is kind of your everyday men's circle, where brothers from different walks of life, speaking multitude of different languages, would come together based on the commonality of us being in these male bodies, and also getting the opportunity to share, to be seen, to witness, to speak in an ordered fashion, where we show up and accord each man a level of dignity, presence, appreciation, and we speak from our own experience. And we can just listen as well. So this is a very introductory, but also beautifully expanding and elevating men's space, where the intention is for you to come in, to be seen, to speak to where you're at, to be held, and then also to have some solutions if you're so open to what's going on in your life, so that you can come into a deeper alignment, piece by piece, right? For the Manbodiment, this is the space where we go even deeper. So as opposed to a 2-hour men's group, I'm open to holding the space for 2 to 5 hours to dive into what is actually going on. For me now, my deeper aspiration is to dive into the conjugate nature of our reality. What are we doing here? What are we doing here in Tulum? What are you doing here with your consciousness in this body? What has it looked like? What does fulfillment look like? What craziness have you experienced in your life up to this point? And what is the new story that you're open to creating? So old things have to be witnessed, put into proper context. And then we get to, from a space of empowerment, accountability, and also real power, create and craft and architect the life that you want moving forward. And so what is your why? What's your why? It's important to know. So these are some of the things that we dive into: identifying your principles, your purpose, your value, and crafting a life as a man that's aligned to that, okay? Going from the mentorship, the Manbodiment, men's groups. I spoke to you guys about the other offering, which is the board meetings with Ez, and it's a fun board meeting, but I still cover some of those topics, which can be co-ed or a men's group on the water. That has to be scheduled. The other ones are consistently occurring on a week-to-week basis. The harmonizing duality, harmonizing circles, harmonizing online experience. Now that's more the pinnacle of, personally, my expression here and my intention within this body, in this life, is to come into spaces where we can actually communicate as men and women. We can drop a lot of the belief systems. We can drop the things that have created a division, an apparent division between us, and really anchor in on the truth of the harmony that exists between us as beings, not as opposites, but really as complementary components of a whole, of a totality. So in Harmonizing Duality, it's co-hosted by a goddess, or sometimes I host it by myself. And the intention is for the men and the women to come together within a space. Of course, it's facilitated. There's a guided topic, but also there's a space for you to reveal yourself, to see what it's like to lose an old perception of the so-called differences, to identify actually the real complementary aspects of man, woman in these bodies, not to be so heteronormative. And then, what does that mean to you moving forward? How can you communicate? How can you be received? How can you receive the other? Okay, so that's Harmonizing Duality. We'll be doing that online. This Thursday is online, 2 p.m. And then the consecutive week, we'll be doing those at Holistica and maybe some other spaces. That would be at 5 p.m. We'll start 5 p.m. and maybe go till 7:30. That's how long I have the space for, okay? And this will be with myself and my dear sister, Rose Wild. Rose Wild Flows. So you got to check her out. I also made a post ahead of this, and I'll begin to post in the space. But really, there's the invitation. The invitation is for you to come to enjoy Tulum. If your intention in being here, this is Tulum Conscious Community, is to expand your consciousness. If you're looking to dive into some aspects of the metaphysical beyond what we're exposed to in the New Age philosophies, but really some of the core fundamentals that can give you tools, an opportunity to share yourself, and to move forward with those tools and implement them in your life so that your wisdom gives you wings to fly with the knowledge you've accumulated. By all means, connect with me, pay attention, check out my Instagram. That's where I post a lot of my stuff. And of course, stay tuned in this space. If you're interested in collaborating, let me point you in some other directions. No, I'm just fooling with you. Reach out and let me know just what you feel, what you're feeling from this. I also host and hold medicine scenarios, medicine ceremonies, if you will. But the ceremony and the real medicine I submit is you. You are the medicine. So those spaces are a space for you to get to know another aspect of you while being guided, protected, and looked after. The medicines that I work with are Iboga and Bufo. I've connected with the Siri, the Comcac people, and I will maintain a connection with them for the duration of my life. My lineage comes from Gabon. I have also initiated, so I'm okay to work in these spaces, but I don't use them as the silver bullet. They are a tool and a collaborative consciousness to help some people who are called to have an experience. I don't believe it's for everyone. And then I'm more so concerned in the pragmatic implementation and support, which we would call integration, which means you have this experience. After the experience, really, in a functional way, you're able to look at, give yourself the proper amount of time and shavasana, so to say, to come and settle into the experience that you've had and how it applies to your life as it stands or as it's going to stand in a functional way, okay? And that looks like a lot of different things for different people. And so the core of the work that I've been doing here in Tulum really is integration work, but it looks like the pinnacle of harmonizing the dualities that exist between us, the steps of navigating and holding space for men. And I love to surf, and I'm able to incorporate all that into the surf space. So there you have the board meetings. This is Ezriyah in a Jungleville nutshell, saying thank you for your time. And if you have any questions, reach out to me in the comments. Better to catch me on Insta. My Instagram handle is Epic, E, Echo, P for Picard. Get it? I for Indigo, C for Charlie, Epic, _ Ezriyah. Ezriyah, Echo, E, right? Z, Zebra, R for Ride. I, Indigo, Y, Yoo-hoo, A, Apple, H, Henry, okay? Epic Ezriyah. Check me out, see what I'm up to in town. If you are a man who's nervous about the men's groups and you want to do some one-on-one work, I offer that as well. For the women, it's intimacy work, right? Working in an intimate container, but I suggest that you reach out and inquire via a discovery call to find out the finer details of what a soul deep intimacy session entails. Okay, there it is. Thank you. Again, Shaka, aloha, sending good love your way.